Welcome to the grand finale of WitBlox Young Inventor Techfest 2021 organized by IIT Bombay. Let's check out the journey of Shakyar Gogoi from Shivsagar.
Hi there, I'm Shakyar Gogoi. I'm 15 years old and I study in 9th grade in Sophie Mars Memorial School, Shivsagar, Assam. I'm an AI developer. I started programming when I was 11 and have been working with machine learning and deep learning for more than 3 years now. Currently, I'm working on a research paper about an NLP model, and I'm a lead developer of an open source AI project. You know, it is really difficult to identify a heart disease because of several risky conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, abnormal pulse rate, and many other factors. I think integrating AI in such complex diagnosis tasks will help in providing cheap but accurate identification of a heart disease. Thus, we can also say that a proper implementation of technology can significantly boost the lifespan of human beings on Earth for a longer period of time. Talking about my future plans about this prototype, I have already hosted the web app as heartcheck.pythonanywhere.com. The model was really lightweight because I have added a min-max scaler to reduce the expensive computation of the KNN model. The prediction was made on a really low compute power with a free hosting plan. This shows how scalable it is, and everyone can use it to check it for themselves if they have a heart disease or not without having to go through the traditional identification process. The only struggle that I faced while building this model was preparing the data. The dataset was not nice and clean. It had a lot of missing values. It was really noisy, and moreover, it was not a single file for the dataset like train.csv. No, it wasn't like that. I had to concatenate 4 different datasets from 4 different hospitals to form one data frame. And as I already told, that the data was really noisy, so more than 70% of my code is just about pre-processing and trying to figure out how to build a proper input pipeline for my model.
Cardiovascular diseases accounted for 28.1% of total deaths in India. Most people have this type of diseases because of unhealthy diets, less precautions, and late diagnosis. If people have been diagnosed earlier, they would be safe. But since heart disease diagnosis is quite expensive, and since the best doctors are busy with active heart disease patients, many patients with less symptoms get ignored sometimes. This is actually a big problem, but there is a solution for everything. I have built a heart disease machine learning classifier with an accuracy of 92.3% and hosted it on web so that anyone can check if they have a heart disease or not. So let's quickly jump into our demo. As you can see that I have hosted the web app on pythonanywhere.com. You can now explore the other contents of this page, but I have to wrap everything up in less time, so I am just going through the important parts. So let's go to the survey page. Here you can see that we have to fill this form so to predict if we have a heart disease or not. I have given a few example sets that we can use for testing. So let's fill this quickly. So when I submit, the model predicts whether we are going to have a heart attack or not, and it sends you to a health page if you are interested to know more. So now moving on to the technical part, the accuracy of the model is 92.3%. I have used machine learning for this task and not deep learning because I wanted to make it as lightweight as possible, but not compromising the performance of it. This will help to scale our idea with a much larger data and would be easier to manage traffic load. Also, I have hosted it in a much lower compute power with a free hosting plan, so it shows how scalable, lightweight, and efficient it is. Moving forward about the model, I have used the k-nearest neighbor algorithm for this model. I got the best accuracy with this model while comparing with other models. Now about the dataset. I have used UCM Machine Learning Repo's heart disease dataset. I have stacked 4 different datasets from different hospitals into one data frame. The data was extremely noisy, so I had to do a lot of pre-processing to make that data suitable. It was actually a multi-categorical classification problem. It had 5 values, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The number represented intensity of the disease. Any number above 0 is positive anyways, so why not make it a binary classification problem? It will help in improving our score since there were very less target values for other numbers. The whole project is extensively documented on my GitHub repo if you want to know more. Even this is just a prototype, still it's free and legal for anyone to use it for real diagnosis. So I hope a little contribution will help to create a brighter future. Thank you Techfest jury and WitBlox team for reviewing my idea.